What's up, SpaceX fans? Today, we're bringing you yet another video about how our boy Elon Musk is crushing the space exploration game by launching not one, not two, but 3 brand new telescopes that will change the course of humanity forever and leave all other telescopes in the dust. Elon Musk has been well known for creating groundbreaking technology that gets humanity closer to the future. From creating one of the first options to pay online by funding PayPal, to designing new spacesuits that are both functional and look everything, there is very little this man can accomplish. Now Musk is taking on a new challenge as he gets into the complex world of space telescopes. These new telescopes will revolutionize how we observe the universe and bring mind-blowing information that could be used for anything from discovering new life forms to observing the stars that created the Big Bang. Anyway, before we get into all that, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more on SpaceX's awesome new projects. Now, let's get right into SpaceX's new telescopes and how they're going to leave all the old ones we have in the dust. The Starship Telescope. You've probably already heard about SpaceX's Starship before, the most powerful commercial rocket on Earth, but did you know that it will also come equipped with a telescope? Elon Musk confirmed this on July 7th by tweeting how the Starship rocket could host a giant telescope. If it does, then this telescope would have 10 times better resolution than the Hubble, which is NASA's greatest achievement to date. While many skeptics could argue that this is just another of Musk's wild claims, this one seems to be no joke, as the tech billionaire has been in talks with Nobel Prize winning astrophysicist Lawrence Berkeley. The telescope will now be added to a long list of functions and is expected to launch by 2030. The Starships will also be one of the most powerful and groundbreaking rockets in the history of humankind, being self-sustaining and allowing humans to be multi-planetary by taking them to distant worlds where they can settle. If you think that we're light years away from ever being able to launch the Starship, you're way off. As of recording this video, SpaceX has done 3 experimental launches, 2 of which were successful. The Starship will also be a multi-purpose spacecraft that can launch humanity into the future by performing a long list of scientific feats. For example, the Starship will be a multi-purpose spacecraft that can carry out missions to Mars. Such a feat will require the spacecraft to have a stainless steel design, a carrying capacity of 100 passengers, take up to 100 tons of cargo, and of course, be able to transform into Mars-based Alpha, which will be humans' first living quarters on Mars. These quarters will take the form of a large white dome where humans will be able to eat, sleep, and study the red planet, as well as other points in the galaxy. Being attached to this kind of rocket would make the SpaceX telescope the most powerful on Earth, leaving the Hubble in the dust. The telescope would also be able to move in any direction all at once, which would seem to make it even more powerful. Moreover, the telescope will have practical uses. It will send a direct beam of data to SpaceX's mission control, capturing images of the Milky Way in real time. Needless to say, the second this telescope is launched into orbit, the future of humankind will be changed forever. SpaceX Telescope. If you're somehow still unimpressed, wait until you hear about the SpaceX Telescope, another of SpaceX's great new devices. The SpaceX Telescope has been scheduled to launch into orbit by 2024 and will cost a whopping $98.8 million. Jeez, the one my parents gave me for my birthday cost about $10. SpaceX will get their money's worth though, since the SpaceX Telescope will be able to do things that no other telescope ever has been able to do before. For starters, the telescope will observe over 300 million galaxies and 100 million stars, which is quite a lot if you know anything about numbers. The telescope will also be able to reach galaxies that humans have only theorized before. This way, opening up the possibility of discovering livable planets that humans can move to if this one finally catches on fire, or even be able to observe other life forms, taking the concept of aliens from a science fiction trope to a real-life possibility. Although the cost may seem exuberant, the discoveries are worth it. Putting humans into contact with other life forms could save humankind someday. We will be able to interact with them and learn about their history and culture, and exchange resources so that we can have better access to technology than we'd ever been able to come up with on our own. Imagine the advancements that these alien races could have. From zero-gravity rooms to powerful space vehicles to cure cancer, these alien life forms could provide humankind with much-needed resources that would be vital for our survival. Observing other life forms could also make us reflect upon ourselves and our achievements, thinking back to all the things that humankind has accomplished up to this day and what other remarkable findings wait for us in the future. It could also become a way to unify all nations and people, no longer divided by petty differences, but united under one race, the human race. James Webb Telescope. Whether you're an Elon Musk fan or not, you've probably already heard about this telescope. This space observatory is both famous and infamous for its wide range of functions and its budget, starting development back in the 90s. The James Webb Telescope would be 100 times more powerful than the Hubble telescope and be able to accomplish a wide range of things beyond our imagination. The James Webb Telescope was designed to study the Big Bang, also known as the single event that created the expanded universe in which we live in, by studying the first stars that were formed after the Big Bang. The James Webb Telescope will bring humans great insights into both the origins of the universe and of us as a species. Now, being able to achieve such a lofty goal isn't cheap. The telescope will end up costing about $10 billion, which is admittedly a huge number, but isn't it worth it to know where we come from and who we are? Wouldn't you pay any price to be able to fully understand how our planet was formed and amend all the things that it can achieve? Saying that SpaceX's new telescopes are going to change the world would be an understatement. These telescopes could potentially answer the questions that humans have been asking themselves for thousands of years. Where did we come from? Who are we? Where are we going? The answers to these questions are priceless, and SpaceX is at the forefront of these discoveries. So, what do you think? Are SpaceX's new telescopes going to bring us into the future, or are they just overpriced space toys? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe for all things SpaceX.